Good morning, boys and girls. Have a seat. Have a seat, please. Okay. Today, we're going to have a lesson on long vowels. Okay? We've been studying short vowels, haven't we? Okay. So now we're going to talk about long vowels, and specifically long A words and vowels. Okay? Because that's a new sound. We're going to have a new sound for the letter A. But before we start, let's look up here and look at our I can statements, because this is going to tell us kind of what we're going to do for our lesson today. Okay? First of all, in our working with words part of our lesson, we're going to be blending sounds together to make words. That's something we do almost every day, isn't it? Isn't that what we, okay, so we're going to be doing that. Except this time, we're going to be using long A words, okay? Obviously, we'll either do split and blend, chunk and add, or if we can read the word as a whole word, we'll do that too. Everybody remember what all that means, right? Okay. So, and if not, I'll help remind you later in the lesson. Okay. Now we also have our words to know part, and that means we're going to review these 4 high frequency words. They're our fast words. We want to know them every time we see them. We don't want to have to try to figure out what they are. We want them to just kind of pop in our head automatically. So we study them. We try to overlearn them so that we'll know them. Today those words are going to be walk, said, eat, and all. Okay? Now, the next part of our lesson is the time to read part. Okay? We're going to read a story. And of course, as we read, we want to make sure that we understand the story. Okay? We're going to talk about characters. We're going to talk about the setting. And we want to talk about the major events that are going on in the story. For instance, what happened first in the story? What happened next in the story? And what happened last, right? Okay, so those are the things we're going to do. And at the very end of our lesson, we want to write one sentence about the story that we read. Okay? Let's look at the word bake. B-A-K, bake. Okay? We have a vowel, we have a consonant, we have a silent E, don't we? Okay. So that means that A is going to be long, not short. If it was going to be short, we would only have one vowel in the word, but we have 2. We have that silent E at the end. Okay? So we would say B-A-K. Everybody get that? Okay. Now, I'm going to read a few words, and I want you to listen and see if you hear the long A sound in the words, okay, that I call out. Drape. Der-A-P. Did you hear the long A? Okay. If you hear a long A, I want you to go like this. Okay. Very good. Okay, let me call out another one. We look right up here, we have some long A words, don't we? Look at the pattern. A, consonant, silent E. The silent E means we do not hear that sound, do we? That does not make a sound at all. Okay, but it does mean we had 2 vowels. 1, 2. As you can see, I made them red. Remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Very good. So we have 2 of them. When you have 2 vowels, the first one's long and you don't hear the second one. Long A words. Do they follow the pattern we talked about? Okay. Now we have a vowel, a consonant, and a silent E. You're going to sound these words out, or if you know them as a whole word, you can just say the whole word. Now I'm going to give you your strategy cards. Now this is the different strategies you use to figure out those words. First of all, if you need to use split and blend, this would be split a word apart, then blend it together. Okay? But if you get really good at that, if you know you're good at that, I would like for you to try this strategy, which is the chunk and add. Chunk the first two sounds together and then add that last sound. Race, or ace. That C sounds like an ace, S in that word, okay? Very good. Okay, which one of those strategies are you using the most? Okay, the chunk and add, you think? And occasionally you're using this one, aren't you? Okay, but I did hear you read some of them as whole words. That's good. You did a great job. Keep it up, okay? Trying to say A instead of A, okay? We're trying to say long A instead of short A. All right? We'll keep working on it. You'll continue to get better at that, okay? Keep working on it. Remember, long A is A. It says its name. Okay, what is this word?
Take, lake, make.
Okay, is make a word? Okay, let's put it down.
See?
Very good. Very good. Okay. You bet. What is this? Say. Tall letters, the L and the K. Make very good. Nice. Nice. Okay, look here. Let me show you. The L. When it's tall, it goes above that dash line. L and then K. Okay? Good job. Akiria, will you use the word all in a sentence?
We will all go to the school.
Very good. Okay? Use all.
We will all go to the playground.
Okay. What about you, Jackson?
We will all go to your house.
Okay. As we look at our story, before we read it, let's look at this picture. Let's look at the title. It says fox and what? That's a long A word. What is that?
Grapes.
Very good. Very good. Fox and grapes. So that's our title. And we have a picture down here. Tell me about the picture, Jordan. Tell me about that picture. What's that a picture of?
A fox.
A fox? And what is he doing? What is he doing right there? Hmm? What is he doing? Oh, let's give him some time to think. What is he doing? Huh? He's licking his lips, isn't he? Let's read the title. Fox and grapes. Point to each word as we read, please, so I'll know where you're at. Very good. Fox had grapes. Can I eat? Asked hen. Walk to me, said Fox. But then Fox ate them all. A graphic organizer is kind of like a picture of something we want to remember about our story. And as you whisper read this story, I want you to think about what happened at the very beginning of it, what happened in the middle of it, and what happened at the end of it. Even though this is a short story, we can find 3 things going on, okay? Sometimes it's a little bit harder when the stories are short to find a beginning, a middle, and an end, but we can do that. Whisper read the story, and as you do that, I want you to think about what's going on first in the story, what goes on next, and what goes on like that. Everybody understand? Okay. Fox tells hen to walk to him. Fox eats all the grapes. Or hen asked the fox for grapes. What was the first thing that happened? And if you don't know, where are you going to look in your story? At the beginning, right? Okay. Who can tell me which one of those 3 sentences happened first? While you're waiting for them to finish, why don't you write it again and put spaces instead of lines, okay? Fox will eat the grapes. Complete thought. Looks good. You got a tail letter there. I like that. That's a tail letter. Good job. Period at the end. See if you can do it. Fox will eat all the grapes. I like that. Good job. Period. Got the letter. Nice spacing. Nice letter formation. Okay. Fox had grapes. Very good. Okay, let's look up here. Our sentence was, that's a sentence. Fox had grapes is a sentence. If we put a period there at the end. Let me borrow yours. That's the one that wasn't working too good. Fox will eat. Now, how do you end that sentence? Fox will eat what? What will he eat? What did the fox eat in the story?
Grapes.
Okay, can you find the word grapes in the story? Where is it? Point to it. Where's the word grapes? Let me give you a hint. Look at the title. Or look at the first line here. Where's the word grapes? There you go. Can you write that word right here? Now, before you write it, listen. Fox will eat grapes. Does that sound right? Yes, it does. So write the word grapes. Let's think about what we just did. First of all, we studied long A sound words today, didn't we? Long A words. That's the first thing we did. And we looked for them in a pattern. We used a certain pattern, which was vowel, consonant, E, right? Okay. If we have a vowel, consonant, E, the E is going to be silent, and the A is going to be long, or the vowel is going to be long. But in this case, it would be the long A, because that's what we studied today. Excuse me. Like in the word bake, 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 long A words. Okay. We have two vowels. That makes the first vowel long, makes the second one silent. Okay. We also talked about our high frequency words. We read a story about fox and grapes, didn't we? Okay. And we talked about characters. We talked about setting and how that tells us where something took place in the story. We also talked about our major events. It's always important to remember the things that you're reading about. You always want to make sure you know what happened at the beginning, what happened at the end, what happened in the middle. Okay. So next Monday, we're going to review the long A words, and we're going to put short A words with them. Okay, so we'll have both, not only long A, but long and short A. Okay, we have to think a little bit harder because we have to remember, when do we use long A? When we have this pattern. When do we use short A? When we have this pattern. We have a consonant, vowel, consonant. We only have one vowel, and that will make it short. In this case, short A, as in cat, will be a, right? So we'll have some words that have a, and some words that have a. Okay? Now, y'all did a very good job today. I'm very proud of you. I'd like for 1 and 2, would y'all line up? Push yours in, please. Thank you. 3 and 4. You may line up. And Jordan, you may line up.